Good morning. Let's get started. Today's focus will be playing with balance. So, for good balance, let's give our feet a little attention first, since we'll be standing on our feet. So, put your left foot back, and then just on the back, put your sort of back of your top of your foot on the ground, and just putting your weight obviously on your right leg, and just stretch out the top of your foot. Now, put your toes on the ground, and let's just stretch out your arch, and then circling your heel and start to warm up our ankles and our knees and our hips. Just drawing a circle with your ankles, maybe letting your foot roll so that you're continuing to stretch out the top of your foot. And let's go back the other way. And then put your awareness in the leg and foot that you just stretched. And then put your awareness in your other leg. And just notice. Now let's start the other leg. So take the back of your foot and just kind of place it on the floor. Just do a nice little stretch. See how the stretch changes when you stand a little taller on your standing leg, starting to play with your balance. And then put your bottom of your toes on the ground and stretch out your arch. Realizing that doing Qigong and explaining it to others, you have to know a lot of anatomy. Like, not anatomy is a big word, but like little terms for like, what's the term of the back at top of your foot versus the bottom of your foot versus the arch. So inviting all of those parts of your foot and your ankles. And then I'm trying to smooth my circle out. I notice if I stand with a little more determination on my standing leg, maybe my circles feel a little smoother. And then go back the other way. And then check in and notice your feet and your ankles and your knees and your hips. And then let's continue with our little circles, just warming up our body. Deciding today how big of a circle, how vast of a circle. But all the while noticing your feet as they make contact with the earth. Noticing that where you contact the earth changes as you circle around and go back the other way. Put your awareness in your hip sockets, wherever you imagine that to be. And slow it down. And then this one is kind of funky. Try to circle your ribs. Yeah. And the other way around. Not quite sure what I think of this right now. All right. And then circle your shoulders. Again, deciding how big, how fast, how much of the rest of your body wants to play along. And back the other way. And then lastly, your neck. And then your neck circles. Decide how big of a circle. And then I'm always hearing not to a lot of times people with a circle, they kind of have their neck go back. So instead, drop your chin down and up, and then continue the other way around. And slow it down. And we'll do one more circle, and that's our hands on our belly. So circling your hands on your lower belly. And then the other way around. And slow it down. Close your eyes. And drop your awareness into your feet. Invite your toes to spread. Invite your feet to just merge with the floor, but then sending roots down through the floor, down into the earth. And soften your tailbone. Drop your shoulders and lift from the crown of your head. And take a slow, deep breath into your hands as your belly moves away from your spine. And a slow breath out. We'll do one more breath like this. And then to help us have play with our balance, let's do some sort of spinal enlivening. So as you inhale, open up your chest. And as you exhale, round your back, tuck your tailbone under and bring your chin towards your chest. Let's do one more. So just open up front of your spine. Let's just stay here for a breath. And then on your next exhale, round your back, tuck your tailbone under, and see what happens when you drop your shoulders and bring your chin towards your chest. Feeling that stretch in your neck, your upper back and middle back, lower back, tailbone, and release. So then taking your hands in prayer, standing with your feet together, take your knuckles and let's just do a little rub right in the middle of our chest. It's a great acupressure point for emotional balance. Then making sort of a steeple out of your hands as you take a breath in. Reach your steeple up into the heavens as you push your hips forward and tighten your glutes and your quads. So this is called the arrow. So stretch up. Now bring your hands behind your head as you glide your hips back into a squat. So with our breath, inhale, stretch up. And exhale, glide your hips down into a squat. Always creating your own adventure. As you do your squat, maybe it's a little squat. Take a breath in. Or maybe it's a deeper squat. See what feels good. Do one more like this. So inhale and stretch. Tightening your glutes and your quads. Then exhale, glide your hips back. Feeling that stretch in your hips. And then bringing your hands out to a T. Exhale as you fold forward. Maybe bend your knees. And relax your head and your neck and your shoulders. And feel those muscles in your lower back. Just lengthen. The muscles all along the back of your legs. Inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth with that. And feeling your feet really rooted to the earth, interlace your fingers, bend your knees, tuck your tailbone under, and roll up. Imagine pulling energy up the bottom of your feet, up your legs, and then turning your palms up to the heavens as you inhale and stand on your tiptoes, stretching. And then drop your feet. Let go of your interlaced fingers. Take a breath in as you stand up on your toes. And as you exhale, side bend as you reach up and out. And then breathe into your ribs. And at any point, drop down onto your heels and come to center and sink. Feeling your 2 feet on the earth. So we'll try that again on the other side. So take a breath in as you lift up off your toes. Not off your toes, off your heels, onto your toes. Stretch up through your fingertips. And then stretch as you stretch your side as you breathe in to your ribs. And down. And then we're going to continue with our playing with balance. So step your left leg back into a lunge, deciding the more effort you would like today, step farther back so your back heel is off the ground. And your front leg's going to be bending. So in this move, find your balance. As you take a breath in, as you exhale, you're going to sink in the front as you float your hands up and push out through your palms. Inhale, stand. exhale as you sink. Inhale and stand. Sink, push through your palms so your back heel is lifted. Your front leg is bending, and make sure as you're sinking smack in the middle so that your front knee, you can always sort of see your toe off your front knee. So take a breath in, exhale, sink and push. And we'll do one more. Then put your weight on your right leg, step forward, and find a pretty short stance, maybe a foot and a half. And we're going to shift into flying dragon. So in this balance, very playful balance move, have your palms face forward. Shift all of your weight to your front leg. And little by little, hinging forward. Oh, I'm like knocking into the table, so I'm going to have to bend my leg, which is more challenging. So continue to push out through your lifted leg, feeling that strength in your standing leg. And so let's switch legs. So that one was gone that way. So now your right leg is back. And first thing we're going to do is that kind of weird flying lunge. So take a breath in. As you exhale, bend your front leg. As your back heel is off the ground, push your palms. Inhale, standing. Exhale, push. And at your own breath pace, taking a breath in and then a slow, deep exhale as you sink. And then inhale as you straighten your front leg. Let's do two more. Feeling that stretch in the front of your thigh, your hip flexor. Let's do one more. Now, I'm going to do this sideways so that I can not have my legs go bamming into the cabinet. So you're going to have a short stance. Your palms are going to face forward. Shift your weight to your front leg. And then hinge forward, pushing through your lifted heel, feeling that stability, your standing leg, flying dragon. Maybe straightening your standing leg just a little more. Maybe coming over just. And calm down. And then what we're going to do for shaking today, we're going to do the monkey washes its fruit. So imagine that in your hands each hand has a bunch of kind of dirty bananas, a bunch of bananas. So take a breath in and exhale out your mouth with a so your hands are sort of agitating these bananas in the water, but your whole body is helping out. Take a breath in and do one more like this. Now take those bananas, pull them up to your chin. Because now that they're clean, you're nervous. Another monkey wants your banana. But you're so nervous, you're going to stand up on your toes. You're going to tighten all the muscles in your face and neck and back and abs and glutes, thighs. And then take a pause in your breath and look over one side. If you still can look over the other side, come to center and we'll do one more. So washing out your bananas. Let's do one more. Now pull those bananas up to your chin, tighten as you stand up on your toes, maybe stand a little higher. Pause in your breath, look over one shoulder. If you still have air in your lungs, look over the other shoulder, and then releasing your bananas, your shoulders. And just turn your awareness inwards and see what you notice. And then I want to share with you a flowing move in honor of these two dragonflies that I saw around my pond this weekend. On Saturday, I saw one little dragonfly, and then yesterday, I saw two flying in the air, mating. This is called Dragonfly Touches the Pond. So in this move, shift your weight to your right leg. I'll do your mirror image. All right, so your leg's shifted. And then the leg that's lifted, and the same side that you're going to, weight's on your right. Your left leg's going to come up while your left hand comes up in front of you, and your right hand goes behind. So standing a little taller on your standing leg, you're going to keep your weight on your back leg as you touch down with your toe while your back arm comes forward as it touches. And then you lift, never shifting your weight. Right. And then down. So we'll shift our weight to the other side. So your weight's now on your left leg. You're going to lift your right arm and leg. Lift as you stand tall. Now circle your back arm forward as your front leg toe just touches the ground. Your weight's on your back leg. And then lift back up. And down. So let's shift legs. So shifting right to your right leg. So the same leg that goes up is the same arm that goes up. So find your balance and just find your inner dragonfly. Now in this, your front toe is just going to touch, but your weight is still all on your back leg. Your back hand is going to circle around as you tap. Dragonfly touches the pond and around and down. So I'll shift to the other leg. So shift up, tap, tap, and down. So I don't know why it's just hard to keep track of which leg I'm on each time, but we'll try it again. Inhale, tap, around, and down. Let's do another one. Lift. Dragonfly touches the pond. Lift up and down. Let's do one more to each side. So lift. Back arm circles while you just gently touch with your toe. Let's try that again. Just touch. So your weight's on your back leg. And you just little dragonfly tap. And down. We'll do our last one. Lift. Tap. Tap. Do 3 taps. Back. And down. And then as you float your hands up, inhale. And exhale, sink. And we'll end with flying. So floating your hands up as you stand a little taller. And then exhale as you sink. As you inhale, kind of open up your chest. And as you exhale, sink in your knees, but soften your chest. So inhale and exhale. Just another inhale and exhale. So we have one more. It's playing with balance. And this one. So notice in your chest as you inhale, your chest opens. As you exhale, your chest sinks. So the same movement we're going to do, but we're going to do as we shift onto one leg. So shifting to your right leg, inhale. And then as you exhale, sink your chest, but keep your leg lifted. Inhale, open. Exhale, sink. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, sink. And then as you inhale, you might stand a little taller on your standing leg. Of course, at any point, touching your toe down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, stand taller. And as you exhale, gently, let's do 2 feet on the ground. Just Inviting your feet just merge with the earth as you inhale and exhale. Gently opening up your chest as you stand taller, and then softening your chest as you sink. So now we're going to shift our weight over to your left leg. So inhale up, and as you exhale, sink. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, sink. See what it's like maybe to stand a little taller and then sink on that standing leg. Inhale, straighten. And then playing with, if it feels right, to maybe lift your lifted leg just a little more. So feel that same fluidity and ease, but while on one leg, as you fly up above any trials and tribulations, gaining some bird's eye perspective. Let's do one more. Inhale, stand up. And then slowly sink. And we'll end with flying on 2 feet. Softening your tailbone. And lifting the crown of your head. Let's do one more. And then bringing your hands to your lower belly. Bringing your feet close together. Soften your tailbone. Lift from the crown of your head. Close your eyes. And invite your body, just little movements. Just a little rock and sway. Almost like you're that little dragonfly. Little bit rock, little bit sway. And take a slow, deep breath into your hands. And a slow breath out from your hands. And turn your awareness inwards. And just notice what you feel. And then gliding your hands up to your heart center. Thank you for joining me for playing with balance.